everybody, I hope that you are well today. I thought we haven't really been adding much yoga to our YouTube channel, so I thought that I would add a nice slow flow that you can follow. So we'll get into the shoulders, the hips, but to start off we're just going to ground ourselves with 3-part breathing. So first I want you to put your hands on your belly button. Taking a nice deep breath in, just feeling how your belly can expand. And as we exhale, drawing your belly back and up, lifting from the pubic bone. This time, taking a nice deep breath in, feeling your belly expand, then placing your hands on your rib cage and feel how your rib cage can expand. With your exhale, first closing your rib cage and then your belly. Taking a nice deep breath in, we're going to feel our belly expand, our rib cage expand, and then moving your hands over to just below your clavicles, so above your chest, and feel how your chest can expand. With your exhale, closing your chest first, then your rib cage, and then your belly button. Yeah. So basically we're breathing into those 3 chambers in and out. Starting by expanding the belly, then the rib cage, then the clavicles or the chest, and then exhale closing the rib cage, the clavicles, then the rib cage, and then the belly. So holding at the top, and then exhale, and then hold at the bottom. Alright, so you can either have your hands resting, one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, so that you can just connect with those 2 chambers, or you can place your palms facing upwards. Finding a nice comfortable position. If you like, you're more than welcome to sit on a yoga block, especially if your hip flexors are tight. Yeah, and then either gently closing your eyes or you can keep them open. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. You feel belly expand first, rib cage expand, and then clavicles. Hold, exhale out, clavicles, rib cage, and belly. Hold. Breathing in, expand belly, rib cage, clavicles, hold at the top. Exhale, clavicles, rib cage, belly. Hold. Breathe in, belly, rib cage, clavicles, hold at the top. Exhale, clavicles, rib cage, belly. Hold at the bottom. Breathing in, belly, rib cage, clavicles, hold. Exhale, clavicles, rib cage, belly. Breathing in, expand belly, rib cage, clavicles, hold. Exhale, clavicles, rib cage, belly, hold. And now breathing in, nice deep breath in through your nose, and exhale out through your nose. Breathing in, getting back to a nice rhythmic breath, and exhale out. Nice deep breath in, expand and breathe, and exhale out. Continuing this rhythmic breathing in through your nose, and out through your nose. Only listening to the sound of your breath. Starting to connect with that Ujjayi breath. Oceanic sound created by the restriction in the throat, in the nose. Trying to mimic the sound of the ocean on the breath in and the breath out. Being mindful that this breathing pattern is going to follow you through your whole practice today. Syncing your breath with the movement in order to allow the energy, the prana, to flow. If your eyes are still closed, you can gently open them, keeping your gaze down to the ground. Face is soft, eyes are soft. And then gently starting to look up. If you're sitting on the block, you can now start to remove it from out underneath your sitting bones, placing it to the side. And then starting to stretch your legs out into a nice wide V. Okay, so just allowing your hands to, or your legs to stretch out as wide as they comfortably can. Try not to force it. And then taking your hands into spider fingers, we're going to start to lift tall. So as we press our fingertips into the ground, we start to lift a little bit taller with the crown of our head, as if someone's pulling you by a string. And as you do that, you can start to feel the length being created between each vertebra. Shoulders aren't reaching up towards ears, but rather anchoring down your waist, away from your ears. Starting to walk out those spider fingers as we lead with our chest and the crown of our head. So only go as far as your body will allow you to go. And then taking a nice deep breath in once you've reached your limits. And exhale, walking back with those spider fingers. Growing a little bit taller, nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, walking forward with your spider fingers, again leading with your chest and making sure that you're not rounding your back as you walk forward. So your back is straight. Maybe you can take it a little bit further this time, making sure that those legs are engaged, so toes are flexed. And let's walk it all the way back up. Nice deep breath in, grow tall. And exhale, walk yourself forward. Maybe going a little bit lower this time if you can. Nice deep breath in. And exhale, pressing your fingertips into the floor to walk yourself up tall, rolling back onto those sitting bones. Going for 2 more of these, using your breath. Remember, leading with your chest or your heart. And slowly walking yourself back. Nice and tall. Feeling those sitting bones pressing into the mat. Last one, leading with your chest. And this time you're going to hold it there. So if you do need, you can take your blocks and you can rest your forearms onto your blocks. This is where you are today. If you don't have blocks, then you can use books. Ideally, they would be the same height. Drawing your chin towards your chest, just allowing the weight of your body to draw you forward. Visualizing eventually your chest, your forehead resting to the ground. Sitting bones are reaching back, crown of your head reaches forward, and shoulders are soft. Feet are still flexed, toes curling towards shins, pressing the energy away with your heels. Taking 1 more nice deep breath in, lifting up onto the spider fingers. And as we exhale, looking up to your hands, walking yourself back into a nice upright position. Okay, so we're going to activate our thighs by curling those toes up towards your shins, lifting your heels off the floor, and lower it down. Soften your legs. Lifting your heels off the floor, curl toes towards shins, and relax. Going for 3 more, activate your thighs, so we're sucking those kneecaps up towards your hips. and relax. Last two. Lift your heels off the floor. If they're not lifting, imagine that they are raised. And release. Last one. Activate those thighs. Squeeze. Lifting heels off the floor. And slow release. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. Walk yourself forward and see if maybe you can fold a little bit lower. Holding here for 5 breaths. If you like, you can lift up onto the spider fingers. Just allowing for lymph drainage. Crown of your head reaches forward, sitting bones reach back. Forehead sinking deeper to the ground. Taking one more nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, raise your head slightly and walk yourself back up to sit tall. This time we're going to step our arms out to our sides so that they're in line with our shoulders. Again, pressing the ground away with fingertips so that we can create length in our spine. And then breathing in to bring your arms out into a T. Trying to keep this alignment, we're going to first twist over to the right side. So as we reach back, without allowing your arms to lead, we're going to try and reach as far back, looking to your back hand. Front hand reaches forward. And exhale back to center. Breathing in, we're going to twist the other way. Reaching as far back as you can, creating length into your spine still. And exhale back to center. Just taking this 2 more times on each side, reaching back, keep that alignment, try not to lean too far forward or too far back, and exhale back. Again to the other side, reach as far back as you can, looking over back shoulder with your gaze, and exhale back to center. Last one on each side, remember your legs are still active, toes are curling towards shins as we twist, and exhale back. Last one, reach back, twist, looking behind you, and exhale back to center. Good, placing your right hand down to the mat, we're going to extend our left arm over to the opposite side. Nice deep breath in, feeling that stride stretch, and exhale back to center. Taking it over to the other side, nice deep breath in as we lengthen side body, and exhale back to center. Taking 3 more on each side, reaching to opposite side, and exhale back to center. If your forearm can't rest to the floor, then you can just keep your hand pressing down into the mat. And exhale back to center, 1 more on each side, reaching up and over, feel that side stretch, anchoring your opposite hip down. And back to center, taking it over to the other side. Reaching into opposite side. Remember that that hip draws back. Gaze either to the floor, up to your top hand, and back to center. Right, so we're going to start to draw one knee in towards you. Almost like a frog sit with one leg. Okay, then your inside arm is going to stretch out in front, and we're going to frame that shin. So you're going to just step that hand out to the side. So already you should start to feel a nice stretch to the lower back. If this is where you are, that's fine, but I want you to try plug that knee into the back of your armpits so that leg's not pushing away. Chest is nice and open. If you'd like, you can try a bind. So we can take this outstretched hand, taking a bend into the elbow as we turn our palm to face upwards to then frame our back hip. Your loose hand that's stretched out is then going to go around the back, and we're going to see if we can take our bind. If you can't reach with your hands, then I'd suggest that you use a yoga strap. If you do not have a yoga strap, then you can use a belt. Okay, but trying to find that interlock behind your back. Sitting nice and tall, we're going to then look over our back shoulder. Holding here for another 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release your bind. Okay, so before we take it onto the other side, we're then going to take that leg, we're going to press it into our inner thigh, and we're going to now square our hips off to the extended leg, into our janu. So palms facing each other, sitting nice and tall, breathe in. If you can, try and lift your heel off the floor. And as we exhale again, leading with the crown of your head, pushing the sitting bones back, try to stretch as far forward as you can, and then taking hold of wherever you can comfortably reach without hunching your shoulders forward. So we're keeping that nice distance between shoulders and ears. Trying to reach the crown of your head forward. Again, strap is optional if you would like a little bit of assistance. Holding for another 3 breaths. 2. And 1. Reaching back up to sit tall, we're going to bring our arms out to a T, and we're going to then take opposite hand, holding onto that bent knee, turning your other palm face up, and we're going to stretch up and over to reach to the opposite side. Again, you don't have to grab your opposite foot, making sure rather that your chest is open, so we don't want to fall down towards the ground. We want to keep that chest open and have that space between shoulder and ear as we reach over. So we're getting that really nice side stretch. Holding for another 3 breaths. 2. And last one. Extended arms going to reach up and over, quite close to your hip, as we then slide our other hand across, reaching up, push your hips forward, and exhale to lower. Nice deep breath in as we reach up, and exhale to lower. Taking 3 more of these, breathe in, reach up, and exhale to lower. Last 2, breathe in, exhale to lower. 2, and last one. Reaching up, hold it there, keep lifting your hips forward, pushing away with that grounded hand. And exhale, slowly lower. And we're going to then extend that leg back out into a nice wide V. Taking it over to the other side. So we're going to draw our opposite leg in, trying to plug that leg in towards armpits as we frame the shin, stepping your hand out to the side, chest is open. If you'd like, you can go for the bind, so framing your hip. Your extended arm goes around to meet the other hand at the back, and then following your gaze over towards your back shoulder. Grow a little bit taller, peeling your shoulder away. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Still connecting with that rhythmic, even Ujjayi breath. Going for 3 more breaths here. Feeling how deep the stretch can penetrate. Enjoying the juiciness of it. Last one. And exhale, slowly release. Very good. Okay, so we're going to take that leg, we're going to place it to our inner thigh. Again, squaring yourself off to that extended leg. Palms facing each other. Arms shoulder width apart. Nice deep breath in as we reach arms to ears, shoulders away. And then reaching forward with the crown of your head, reach sitting bones back as we fold forward. Again, using your strap if you like. Otherwise, taking hold of calf, ankle, sole of your foot as we fold, keeping your gaze to that extended foot. Holding for another 3 breaths here. In through the nose and out through the nose. Nice, even breathing. Preparing your body to rise back up. Nice deep breath in. Square yourself out. Arms out to a T. Crossing your midline as you place our hand onto your opposite knee. Reaching that extended hand up and over. Again, finding that nice side stretch. Holding shoulders away from ears. If you can, reaching over to that extended foot, but without compromising your alignment, so to not let the shoulder roll forward and close your body off. We'll hold for another 3 breaths. And last one. Reaching that extended hand up, placing it close towards your hip down onto the mat. We're going to sweep that other hand across the body as we reach our hips up, breathe in. And exhale to lower. Breathing in to lift. And exhale to lower. Last 3, breathe in, reach up. And exhale to lower. Feeling that length being created in the body as we reach up. And exhale to lower. Last one, we're going to hold it up at the top. Plugging that hand into the ground as you compress and push away. Hips drive forward. That extended leg is pressing to the outside corner. One more nice deep breath in. And exhale, slowly release all the way down. Okay, so before we take it onto all fours, we're going to come into our Baddha Konasana, so soles of your feet together. You can try and draw your heels nice and close towards you. And then taking your hands, we're going to wrap them around the outsides of our feet, interlocking fingers. First, sitting nice and tall, feeling that opposite energy of your feet pushing into your hands, and your hands pulling your feet up towards you. And as we do that, we start to allow the knees to draw a little bit lower down towards the ground. Taking another nice deep breath in as we reach the crown of our head a little bit taller. And as we exhale, we're going to draw those elbows in towards our waist. As we start to fold, drawing nose towards toes. Trying to not hunch your shoulders forward, but rather to create that length, nice long neckline. If you'd like to take it a little bit further, we can release the interlock of our hands, walking our hands out in front, spider fingers, to get yourself a little bit lower down towards the toes. Again, focusing on the length of the spine, so not rounding the back, but rather opening up the chest to create length. Holding for another 2 breaths in. Exhale out. Breathing in. And exhale out. Slowly rolling yourself all the way back up. Taking your hands to the outside of those thighs as we gently draw our knees back together. You can just clasp opposite elbows with your hands. And then dropping your chin towards your chest. Nice deep breath in. And exhale out. Okay, so we're going to come up onto all fours position. Making sure that those wrists are in line with your shoulders. Knees are in line with your hips. Making your hands nice and wide. Pressing into all 4 corners, knuckles as well as fingers. We're going to start to draw our chest forward as we open up our heart, breathe in. And as we exhale, we're going to tuck our toes in, round our backs, and we're going to just lift our knees an inch off the floor to push the ground away. Drawing your knees back down as we breathe in to lengthen. And exhale, draw your chin towards your chest, round your back, and see if you can lift your knees an inch off the floor. We're going to go for another 4 of these, breathing in to lengthen. And exhale to round. Lift your knees off, engage your core. Breathing in to lengthen. And exhale to round. Lift your knees off. Push the ground away with your hands. Last two, breathing in and lengthen. Shoulders slide away from your ears. Exhale, round, tuck your tailbone in and lift your knees off the floor. One more, nice deep breath in. And exhale, tuck your tailbone in, push the ground away, lifting your knees an inch off the floor, and we're going to hold it there. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower it down. We're going to extend the right arm out, left leg lengthens, breathing into lift, and exhale round, drawing opposite elbow to knee. Breathing into lengthen, and exhale to round. Breathing into lengthen, and exhale to round. Breathing into lengthen, and exhale to round. Going for 2 more, and exhale to round. Last one, and exhale to round. Extending your opposite arm and leg out and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering it down. Taking it over to the other side, we're going to first lengthen our left arm this time. Right leg extends back. Lifting your leg off the floor, nice deep breath in, stretch a little bit more. Exhale to round. Breathing into lengthen. And exhale to round. Breathing into lengthen. Making sure that your hand stays plugged to the floor. Breathing into lengthen. And exhale to round. Last two, breathe into lengthen. And exhale to round. Breathing in, lengthen. Last one, knee to elbow if you can reach. And then reaching it out, and we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering it down to the ground. Okay, so we're going to again take our knees off the floor in an all-fours position. So nice deep breath in. Let's first go for a cow stretch. As we exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest as we push the ground away. Lifting your knees an inch off the floor, we're going to step our right leg back first. Left leg back. Right leg back to 90. Left leg to 90. Right leg back. Left leg back, plank. Right knee in. Left knee in, all fours. Going for 3 more on the side. 2. And 1 more. Good. If you need to, drop your knees down, breathing into lengthen. And exhale to round. Lift your knees an inch off the floor. Let's take it over to the other side. Left leg extends, right leg follows. Left leg to 90, right knee to 90. Going for 4 more. Keep pushing your hands into the ground. So we're protracting the shoulders, not sinking into the shoulder blades. Last 3, 2, and 1 more for me. Step it out. Bring it back. And lower your knees to the ground. Keeping your sitting bones where they are, we're going to just walk our hands forward, trying to drop our chest towards the floor, going into our puppy pose. Hands are spread out nice and wide, shoulder width. You can either rest your forehead down to the ground, or if you'd like to take it a little bit further, we can lift our chin to rest our chin down. If you want, you can lift up onto your spider fingers, and we're going to hold. Taking 3 more full breaths in and out. Starting to press your hands into the mat to lift yourself back up, walking back into that all-fours position. Reaching your right hand up, nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to thread the hand through. Breathing in to lift. And exhale to thread it through. Going for one more, nice deep breath in, reach up. As we exhale, thread your arm all the way through, resting onto your cheek. That bent arm can then start to lengthen out in front of you and hold. Going for 2 more breaths. Last one. Slowly sliding that extended hand underneath your shoulder again to press the mat away. Breathing in to reach up, follow your gaze up to your top hand. And exhale to lower. Taking it over to the other side, nice deep breath in, first reaching it up. And as we exhale, thread that arm through. Breathing in to reach. And exhale, thread it through. Last one, nice deep breath in. Reaching it up. And as we exhale, thread that arm completely through, resting your cheek to the floor. If you like, you can extend that bent arm out in front of you. Maybe lifting up onto your spider fingers. And hold here for another 3 breaths. One more nice deep breath in. And exhale out, sliding that hand back underneath your shoulders so that we can push the ground away to lift back up. First, reaching arm up. And exhale to lower. Okay, just finding that all-fours position again. We're going to tuck our toes in and we're going to push back into our downward facing dog. Because it's the first dog of the day, we're going to pedal our legs out. Bending one knee to your chest and lengthen the other. Maybe wiggling your hips side to side. Okay, then lifting your heels nice and high. And exhale to lower them down. Breathing in, we're going to come forward into our plank position. If a full plank is too much for you, then you can draw your knees to the floor, just making sure that we're not anchoring or arching into the lower back. So your tailbone's still tucked in and you're pushing the ground away. Okay, so you can do this exercise with your knees on. I'll first show you this variation where we're going to draw your knee first to center. Reach it back. Cross your midline. Reach it back. And then bringing that knee to the outside of the same side. And you'll repeat that onto the other side. So it's center. Reach it back. Cross your midline, try tap. Bring it back. And then to the same side, tap. And bring it back. Otherwise, into your full plank position, we're going to go center, reach it back. Cross your midline, reach it back. Same side, reach it back. Plant that foot down. Center, cross your midline, and same side. Good. Going for 2 more on each side. Center, cross your midline, and same side. Put it down. Center, cross your midline, and same side. Last one. Center, cross your midline, same side. One more. Center, cross your midline, and same side. And at this stage, you should be ready for that extended child's pose. Dropping those sitting bones down. Relaxing your arms, relaxing your shoulders. Reconnecting with your breath. Taking those nice deep breaths in through your nose. And out through your nose. Breathing in to look to your hands. Sliding yourself forward, drawing your knees in line with your hips. We're going to lead with our chest in the crown of our head. So hugging your elbows in towards your waist. Bringing chin, chest to the floor first. Then slide your belly down. Resting onto your tummy. We're going to bring our arms out into an I position. Just move these blocks out the way. Okay, so keeping your chin tucked in, tummy is pulling away from the floor. We're going to lift up into our I. Breathe in. And as we exhale, cactus your elbows to your waist. Breathing in to lengthen and relax. And exhale, lift up and then draw elbows to your sides. Breathing in to lengthen and relax. We'll go for another 6 of these. 5. 4. 3. Keeping your neckline long, don't push your tummy out into the mat to lift up. 2. And last one. Lift up, drawing your elbows to your waist. Hold it there. Try to see if you can lift your thighs off the floor. Crown of your red head reaches forward. Maybe extending those hands back into your airplane. See if you can bring your big toes to touch and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Resting your cheek to the floor. This time, bring your head back to center, placing your hands underneath your shoulders. Big toes are touching, thighs are active. We're going to first curl our shoulder blades down our waist, breathing in as we peel our chest off the floor to look straight ahead. Pubic bone stays down. And exhale to lower. Breathing in, suck belly back, pubic bone stays to the floor as we lift up. Baby cobra. And exhale to lower. Last 3, nice deep breath in. And exhale to lower. 2 more, breathe in, curl up. And exhale to lower. Last one. Holding it there. Keep looking straight ahead, shoulders draw back. Squeezing the penny between the shoulder blades. Holding for another 3, 2, 1, and lower it down. Tucking your toes in, keeping your knees to the floor. We're going to just slide our sitting bones up so that your belly is off the floor. Hands still underneath your shoulders. Nice deep breath in, and exhale to push back up. Lifting into your plank, and exhale, push back down, facing dog. Holding your dog, just finding your grounding again to your mat, maybe taking a sway side to side, doing whatever feels good for your body. Noticing how all 4 corners of your hands and your feet are grounding you to the floor, supporting your whole body in this downward facing dog. Looking to your hands, lift your heels up, Drawing your knees to your chest. Look where you're going. Stepping your right foot forward, left foot forward to meet your hands. Big toes together. We're going to first fold. Placing your hands on your shins, we're now going to extend the crown of our head forward, shoulders draw back, making a tabletop with your spine. Hold it here, again, feeling that length being created between each vertebra. Using that opposite energy of hands pressing into your shins, shins pressing into your hands. One more nice deep breath in. And exhale to fold. Heel toe your feet, hip width apart. Holding opposite elbows with your hands, allowing the crown of your head to drop down towards the ground. Shoulders are soft, drawing away from your ears if you like, taking a gentle sway side to side. Feeling how that lower back can open up and release. If this is too intense for the back of your legs, you can have a soft bend in your knees. Again, just doing whatever feels right for your body. Bringing yourself back to center, releasing your hands to the floor. Heel toe yourself until big toes are touching again. We're going to lift up halfway, create that table with the back, and exhale to fold. Slowly rolling yourself one vertebra at a time. Crown of your head is the last to lift. Taking a nice deep breath in as you reach arms overhead. And as we exhale, bring your hands down to your heart center, Samasthiti. Dropping hands to your sides, we're going to first bring fingertips to touch, baby fingers. Reaching your arms up, you can follow your gaze up towards your hands, but just making sure that you're not projecting your rib cage. So still keeping your rib cage closed, tailbone tucked in, look up. Reverse swan dive, so bring your arms out to a T, and then first follow with your chest, crown of your head, until you go all the way down into fold, forward fold. Hands to shins, halfway lift, breathe in, and exhale to fold. Placing your hands to the mat, you can bend your knees as much as you need to then step your right foot back, left foot back into a plank. Dropping your knees to the floor first, unless you already know where you're going, then you can go for your full chaturanga. Leading with the chest, the chin, slide your belly to the floor, big toes touch, breathe in, baby cobra. Exhale to lower, tuck your toes in, use your knees if you need to push back into your downward facing dog. Holding for a breath here, exhale out. Let's take 2 more breaths in, and exhale out. Last one, nice deep breath in, and exhale out. Soft bend in the knees, drawing your thighs to your chest as we look straight ahead. Stepping your right foot forward, left foot forward, halfway lift, come up. And exhale to fold. Slowly rolling one vertebra at a time. Crown of your head is the last to lift as you reach arms up. And exhale, Samasthiti. Arms drop down to your sides to reach up towards the sky. And exhale, reverse swan dive all the way down. Hands to shins, halfway lift, breathe in. And exhale to fold. This time stepping your left foot back, right foot back. If you like, you can go for your full chaturanga, or you can use your knees to slowly lower yourself down. Either going for your cobra, or you can roll over the fronts of your feet. Make sure that your knees are off the floor as we open up our chest, lift out of your hips. And then rolling over your toes, draw your chin towards your chest as we push back into our downward facing dog. Holding here for 3 nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. Hands are engaged, pushing the ground away, shoulders drawing away from ears. One more nice deep breath in And exhale out. Soft bend in the knees. Lift your heels. Look where you're going. Stepping your left foot forward. Right foot forward. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale to fold. Rolling all the way up. Reaching arms overhead. Hands to heart. Hands come down to your sides. Nice deep breath in. Reach up. And exhale. Reverse swan dive down. Halfway lift. Hands to shins. Table. Exhale to fold. Placing your hands to the mat. If you like, you can bend your knees and we can hop back straight into chaturanga. Breathing in cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, peel yourself back into your downward facing dog. Holding here for 3 more breaths. Okay, so we've gone through all the variations for your sun salutation A. We're going to go for another 2 rounds. You can use whichever modifications you feel is right for you today. Remember that this is your practice and I'm only here to guide you. Softly bending your knees, looking to where you're going. Either step or hop forward to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. And exhale to fold. Reaching arms out to the sides as we lift all the way up to come to stand. And then drawing your hands down to your heart. Arms to your sides, nice deep breath in, reach up. And exhale to fold, lead with your chest. Breathing in, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Hands to the mat, hop back, plank, chaturanga. Breathing in, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Holding for 3 breaths here. Sorry, I'm Lisa. It's a mosquito biting me though. Last one. Softly bending those knees, looking to where you're going. Either step or hop forward to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. And exhale to fold. Reaching arms out to the sides as we roll all the way up. Hands down to heart as we exhale. Nice deep breath in to reach up. And exhale to fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. And exhale to fold. Frame your feet. Step, hop back. Chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Holding your dog here, we're going to extend our right leg up into our 3-legged dog. Keeping your hips square, you can turn your big toe inwards, heel out. Still taking those nice deep breaths in. If you can't get your heel down, that's fine. Remember, you can have as much of a bend into that grounded leg. Holding for 1 more nice deep breath in. And exhale to lower it down. Reaching your left leg up. Hold, keeping hips square so we're not turning the hip out. Still feel how those hands are evenly grounded into the floor, pushing the ground away. Last one. And exhale, slowly lower it down. Softly bending the knees, coming back up onto all fours. We'll start with our right arm. We're going to lift our right arm out to the side, taking it behind our back so that your elbow is in line with your shoulder. Breathing in, we're going to lift up, looking to your top shoulder, and exhale to lower. Breathing in to lift, and exhale to lower. Breathing in to lift, and exhale to lower. 2 more, breathe in to lift, and exhale to lower. Last one, breathe in, And exhale to lower. Grounding that right hand down, taking it over to the other side. Nice deep breath in to reach up. And exhale to lower. Breathing in, pressing that hand into the ground. And exhale to square. Last 3, breathe in. And exhale. Last 2, breathe in. And exhale down. One more, nice deep breath in, push the ground away. And exhale, placing that hand to the floor. Pushing back into our downward facing dog. This time right leg rises up, but we're going to peel the hip open. So taking a bend in that knee as we draw the left heel or the right heel over towards the left side. Opening up your hip, following your gaze up towards your top shoulder. Holding here for another 3 breaths in. 2 and 1. First, extending that leg back into your 3-legged dog, square your hips, and then lowering it down to the ground. Left leg rises, 3-legged dog. As we exhale, taking a bend into the knee as we peel our hip open and hold. Here. Holding for 5 breath counts in total. Going for 3. 2. And 1. Square your hips, extend your leg, and planting it down to the ground. Softly bending those knees. Coming back up onto all fours. Lower chin, chest to the floor, keeping those sitting bones raised. Then sliding your belly along the mat and resting on your tummy. Forehead to the floor, we're going to bring our arms out to a T, and we're going to place one hand on top of the other, resting onto the base of your skull. Dropping your elbows down. With our next breath in, we're going to suck our belly back, peel our elbows off, forehead rises. Reaching your arms out first into a T, thumbs face up. Reach your arms as far back as you can until you can't go any further. Then turning palms face up, taking a bend into the elbows, placing one hand on top of the other. Try reach your elbows a little bit higher, and then exhale to lower it down. Breathing in to peel your elbows back up, forehead rises. First, reaching arms out to the side to make a thumbs up. Bringing your arms back out into a Y, placing one hand on top of the other, and then slowly lower it down. Breathing in to lift. Extend arms out, thumbs face up, reach as far back as you can. Placing one hand on top of the other. Try reach your hands to your bar strap if you can, and exhale to lower. Breathing in to lift, reach arms back, thumbs face up. Stretching arms forward. Remember, belly is sucking back towards your spine, not pushing into the ground. And exhale to lower. Breathing in to lift, reach arms out, reaching all the way back, placing one hand on top of the other. Peel elbows a little bit higher, and exhale to lower. Breathing in to lift, stretch arms back, reaching forward, placing one hand on top of the other, and exhale to lower. We're going to go for 2 more of these. Breathing into lift, reach back, placing your hands behind your back, and exhale to lower. Nice deep breath in, lift up, stretch arms back, thumbs face up, placing your hands behind your head, and exhale to lower. Last one, nearly there. Keep your belly sucking back towards your spine. Don't let it push out into the mat. Stretch arms back. Taking your hands behind you. And exhale to lower. Last one, nice deep breath in. Suck belly back. Stretch arms behind you. Thumbs face up. Reach out into your Y. Hands behind your head. And exhale to lower. Hands come underneath your shoulders. We're going to first push back into our standard child's pose. Big toes together, knees nice and wide. If you like, lifting up onto fingertips, again, spider fingers, trying to get your forehead to rest down to the mat. Just feeling the nice stretch into the lower back. Taking 2 more breaths here. Shoulders plugged down towards your waist, away from the ears. And last one. Lifting your forehead off the floor, flatten your hands, bring yourself forward. We can lift up into our plank position, pushing back into our downward facing dog. We're going to draw our right knee into our chest, left leg is going to cross behind. Slide yourself forward and lower yourself down. Bring your feet out in front of you. We can either cup our fingers into our spider hands. You can hold the back of your thighs, or you can bring your hands to your tabletop position. Growing a little bit taller, drop your chin towards your chest, tuck your tailbone in as we suck our belly back, and slowly with control, walking your spine 1 vertebra at a time, eventually allowing the crown of your head to touch down last. Releasing our hands to the floor as we draw our knees in towards our chest. Wrapping our hands around, giving yourself a tight squeeze. We're going to extend our left leg out, keeping our right knee in. Taking our left hand to the outside of our right thigh, right hand comes out to a T, following your gaze over towards your right shoulder. And we're going to then guide that right knee over towards the left side, going for that supine twist. Holding it there. Maybe extending that right leg out. Walking your left hand a little bit lower to try and draw that leg up a bit higher. Maybe taking grip of your foot if you can. 1 more nice deep breath in. As we exhale, bending that knee back to 90 so that we can guide it over to the center. Hugging or wrapping your hands around your shin with your exhale, curl chin over chest, lifting your left leg off the floor, switching your grip. So right leg extends, left knee stays in towards your chest, giving it a tight squeeze. Left arm comes out to a T, right hand's going to come to the outside, looking over your left shoulder as we draw that left leg over towards the right side. If you like, we can then extend that leg out, maybe walking your hand down your leg, if possible, taking hold of your foot, holding it there. One more nice deep breath in. Exhale, bending back to 90, and bringing that leg back to center. This time, sliding your left leg along the floor, we can draw our arms down towards our sides. Gently turning palms to face up, sinking your chin a little bit lower towards your chest so your neckline is long, and then slide fingers down towards your heels. Heels turned in, toes are dropping out to the side. Belly is soft. Just reconnecting with the breath. Noticing your even inhales through your nose and exhale out through your nose. As we breathe in, belly expands, and as we exhale, belly sinks deeper down to the ground. Breathing in, filling belly, rib cage, chest. And exhale, chest, rib cage, belly sink down to the ground. Breathing in, belly, rib cage, chest rise. And exhale, chest, rib cage, belly sinks to the floor. 3 more deep breaths in. Exhale out. Breathing through all 3 chambers. Visualizing the air enter as you breathe in. And exhale, visualize the air leaving the body as you breathe out. Breathing in, feeling the air rush all the way down your limbs to your toes, your fingertips. And as we exhale, visualizing all that old carbon monoxide air exhaling out the body. Bringing our awareness back to our body. We're going to start to just scrunch our eyes, giving them a few blinks, waking up the face. Moving your head side to side, waking up the neck. Scrunching your hands into fists, tighten your arms. Scrunch your toes, tighten your legs. Tense your whole body, scrunch your eyes, and exhale, release. Again, creating fists as we tighten our grip with our hands, scrunch our toes, tighten our legs, tighten our arms, scrunch your face, tense your whole body, and exhale, release. Last one, creating fists with the hands as we scrunch our arms, scrunch our legs, tighten your face and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, release. Nice deep breath in, arms extend overhead. Interlocking hands as we stretch out into opposite directions. And exhale, soften. Nice deep breath in, lengthen out into opposite directions, stretch. And exhale, release. Last one, lengthen arms, lengthen legs, stretch your entire body as you reach out into opposite sides. And with our next exhale, drawing your knees into your chest, wrapping hands around your shins, giving yourself a tight squeeze. Rocking over onto the right side. You can extend that right arm out, creating a pillow for your head to rest on. Taking your time, there's no rush. When you're ready, you can slowly come to your seated position, leaving you here as I end the class. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for your practice.